Hi, this is NJ, and you want to learn how to do your own art style? Well, so do I. Let's do it together. Artists. One thing I've noticed is that when one draws, we tend to subconsciously copy other artists, and that's a good thing because that's what you should be doing. When you're doing art, it's not as you completely copy the artist. What you want to do is just borrow some ideas and try utilize it in a way that you like, a style that you find comfortable. Now, over the years I've been drawing, I've obviously done this purposely and, well, not on purpose, I guess. and I've come to a standstill where recently I decided I'm not getting anywhere. Something I really like. It's okay, but it's not what I've been looking for, you know? So that's why I made this video. This video was actually just gonna be something completely different than what it is now. But now it's a video about how to find your own art style, and we're gonna do it together. So I've compiled a few artists that I would like to share with you. Artists that I really love. The first one is Jia Hagio, I think that's how you say it, or Jia Hagi. Yeah, Jia Hagi. I really love how they use the use of blue throughout the whole, I guess, Instagram portfolio. Looks so good. It screams something aesthetic, you know? The next artist is bluebiscuits. I'm in love with how she picks her colors and uses colors. It, in my opinion, is the best. I love it, you know? Like, look at that. These are immaculate. And obviously, I'm gonna add all the artists' links to the respective socials in the description. Next, we go to Twitter. The next artist is khyleri. I really love how their colors just make it pop, and it's so vibrant, and the characters' expressions just work perfectly. Especially this one Konosuba one. This is my favorite one. The next is Ratatat74. They're a Rule 34 artist. Oh dear. For obvious reasons, I can't show more, but I was just sharing. I really love how they did anatomy. Next, we've got SSAMBAtea. I think I mispronounced it so badly. I have no idea the actual Korean name because I can't read Korean. I fell in love with their line art the moment I saw this. Like, it stood out to me incredibly. And I just cannot emphasize how much I love it. And they did Blue Archive. I simp. Sketch. Next, we now take all our artists that we've got, and well, we utilize the artists that you like, and we'll start sketching. Just start sketching any character you want. Honestly, it doesn't matter. This part doesn't really matter at all. This is not the important part of the video. The important part is how we utilized, I guess. For me, in this video, I'm going to be going through how I used line art and, well, rendering / coloring. Line art study. Now, I decided to use this image and the other image, the Blue Archive one, for reference for my line art. Specifically, I chose to use the character at the bottom left. I forget her name, and she's my favorite character. Imagine that. But Neru, that's her name. Neru. I decided to use Neru at the bottom left to use that as a reference on how I should do my line art. So then I start adding heavy shadows just so I can, you know, add that feel, the same feel that the artist adds when they do their line art. Coloring and rendering study. Now, I decided to use bluebiscuits here because I love the way she picks her colors. So this one is just me going through a whole lot of a process of just adding flat colors and then going over them with shadows and hard lights and, you know, colors that would blend well with skin that I've noticed. So I've noticed that she does like a thing where she adds another layer and then adds a clipping mask over that of the original layer, and in that clipping mask you use a more vibrant, darker color to add like the skin tone, to add it like, you know, the shadows, well, not shadows, but I don't know, it looks good. Okay, that's what I noticed. I don't know what to call it, I don't know what to call, but look, it looks good. You see what I'm saying? Perfection. Now I decided I want to use like a pinkish purple for the other sides of the skin, but it's not working, so I use a more muted tone, and chef's kiss, because this looks immaculate. I decided to add the shadows now, more like a more vibrant pink, so it looks really nice on the skin. I mean, look at that. I think that looks nice. So then I decided I wanted to blend it, because I don't want to use hard colors like I used to. I wanted to change it up a bit. So now I started blending it to, well, make it look really nice and, well, blend with the skin. And it ended up looking fantastic. I don't usually do blending. This is completely different from what I usually do with my art style, but I think I picked up on something, and hopefully I can make it stick. I hope I do. So now I add like, I guess, hard light, is that even what you call it? That pink part to the skin, pinkish purple, so it just looks really nice. And then I copy the eye color, or eyeshadows used by bluebiscuits, so I can utilize them on my own. But not like the actual eye, it's the... is it the sclera? Yeah, I think it's the sclera. I think that's what it's called. To add that like warm looking color to my eyes, because I don't want muted. So next we go on to, I guess, the fun / scary part, the hair. So now I start studying the hair a bit, not knowing exactly what I'm going to do, because I don't want to do what I usually do, where I usually just color the hair, then add dark at the bottom, and, well, it is what I'm going to do now, but I usually added a very hard color. It's just no blending, no nothing. So this time I decided that I would just use a pencil tool with opacity with pressure. So opacity with pressure does is that the harder you press, the darker it gets, the lighter you press, the lighter it is. And so it's gonna look very nice later on, but right now we are just adding, you know, little highlights just to make the hair look and stand out pretty nicely. Disclaimer, yeah, I did not like how it looked. I'm not going to waste your time showing you how I just did the whole thing, just only to, you know, erase it again. So we're just going to skip forward until this part where I did the hair, then decided to, you know, redo it, so you can see exactly what I did instead of doing it twice. So now this is where I start using reference from the aqua artwork that I really loved. Well, the aqua, I meant the Konosuba one. I really like, because I like the chromatic aberration and the film grain in it. Although I didn't really use it much as a reference for coloring, I started doing my own thing because I couldn't find exactly what I wanted, and I could not make the same brush that bluebiscuits use. So I decided to do my own thing, and this is now where I start using the pencil and stood using the opacity with pressure. And, well, spoiler alert, it turned out really nice. Now, I can't really explain what exactly I was doing here, but I just wanted it just to look good, so I just kept on going, and there's no rhyme or reason to what I was doing. I mean, there's a sort of like flow to it and where light comes from, but I can't really explain what I was doing. I just added colors where I thought it would look nice. And you just have to have a internal compass that internal compass. You just gotta have an internal kind of feeling to know where, light's coming from here, so this is how it should work. I mean, I'm no expert, and it's nothing perfect, but I really liked how it turned out. So I used colors like dark purples, dark greens, lighter blues, and green works really well with a lot of colors. Like, I would say green works with a good color range from yellow all the way to, purple. And I guess pink too if you really work on it. I haven't tried myself, but I think it would. Next, we get to the shirt. Now, I had no reference for the shirt. I just thought, the hair, I use the same brush, so I'll do the same thing with the shirt. Now, I'm gonna cut to later because the video got corrupted. So luckily I didn't go too far. I just, kept the shirt exactly as it was, just added a bunch of random blotches of color just to make the shirt, look nice. And it ended up looking really good. I'm quite surprised with myself. I actually quite like it. Now, that is pretty much all that I have to say for the entire artwork, is that from this, I have learned a lot just by looking at, 2 pictures. 2 pictures is all it took for me to create whatever this is. And this is completely different from what I usually do, and I'm in love with it. And you can be in love with your artwork too. But as long as you end up liking the artwork in the end, then it's all good. You don't have to do it first try. This was just by luck that it ended up turning out really good. But this is the first artwork out of many that I'm now gonna do. And I really love it. And I hope you do too. Effects. Now, I decided to use the same picture used by khyleri to edit my image at the end of it all. So I used Photoscape X to, cut out and edit to my heart's content. I mean, there's other apps like Photoshop, but I've been with this one for years and I really love it. So with this, all I did was added an outline, added chromatic aberration, and just film grain, and that's pretty much it. And it ended up looking really nice. Oh, and I used a bit of light leaks so the picture can pop a bit more. Final thoughts. Now we come to the conclusion and the end of the video. And wow, I am so proud of myself with how this turned out. I love it so much. I've been watching artists like Kulin and Sam Does Arts for ages, and I thought, wow, I want to do that, So now that I've got something like this, I hope I can stick to it and eventually make something of myself. Because I really love doing art, and if you love doing art too, maybe give me a like, subscribe, and share this with your friends and family. We greatly appreciate it. And I appreciate you for sitting through this whole video, and I really hope it helped. Thank you.